college enrollment was up in the fall, not declining as the National Student Clearinghouse Research Center reported in October of last year. The center initially said freshman enrollment dropped 5%, the first decline since the pandemic. But actually, it's up 5%. So here is the discussion for all of you at home, driving, wherever you are listening to the show. Are we underestimating the value of a college degree? When you hear this sound, that's me slapping myself as to make a little bit of a concession, Ursula. Just a small bit.
Okay, well, I know that since the start of the show 5 years ago, actually in 2 weeks, 5 years ago, you have always said college is the biggest scam.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you stand on that sweeping statement?
I still feel that way-ish. However, things are changing. And what I mean by things are changing, and this is where I understand that a lot of people in America are kind of upset. You see, 20, 30, 40 plus years ago, you didn't have the competition for those jobs because there were a lot of marginalized groups in this country that weren't allowed to get those jobs, right? So if you were here and there, all you had to do was just graduate from high school. And if you had a grandparent or a grandmama or an uncle, you get a legacy admission into that school, right? Even if you didn't go to college, there are some people in this country, even if they didn't go to college, still had a right to just go right in. Today, there's more competition. The group is open. It's worldwide. You're not just competing against the people in that zip code. No, you're competing because now you have LinkedIn. You have all of these things.
I mean, that's been the case, though, like for the last 15 years.
Not like now. It's not like now. And what I'm saying is that here's my point to where I concede and kind of come over to your side. You need to give yourself every piece of ammunition. That's probably not a good word to use. You need to give yourself every piece.
All the tools necessary.
All the tools to equip yourself to be looked at as the best candidate for their job. So I don't want to do the college as a scam anymore. And the reason why I don't want to do that, because there's somebody that might listen to that and might say, oh, I heard G. Scott say that college is a scam, so I don't need college.
I'll tell you what is
everything.
A scam. The whole college admissions process.
I mean,
it's still a scam.
That's a whole nother.
Yeah, that is still a scam.
That's a whole nother thing.
And we can get into that.
But did you agree with me on the whole worldwide competition?
I think the competition has been ratcheting up, and then once U.S. News and World Report and all those college rankings came out, and this whole admissions rat race became a really big thing. And I would say that really has been in the last at least 10 years. I mean, it was a big thing when my sons were applying for colleges.
Yeah.
And so where you and I have always disagreed, because you have said it is a huge scam, and I have said other than investing in our house, our kids' education, including higher education, is where we have put the most money in our family. And it is something that was also important to my parents and my in-laws. My in-laws made sure that they would be able to help our kids attain a college diploma if that is in fact what they wanted. All that said, that doesn't mean that we still don't believe that you could be very successful and maybe even more successful if you have skills and tools that don't require a college degree.
And Ursula, let's go ahead and put this. Let's be real about this. It wasn't until the 80s plus that jobs required you to have a college education. And the reason why they did that, because they know that there were people in this country that did not have access to a college education as much as others. Now that has been stripped away, now that you have groups from all over, not just the country and of the world, being able to get an education, being able to do these things, you can no longer just be the guy, went to high school, found a job, worked for 30, 40 years, retire on one income. Those days are over. So I am relinquishing my stance on college being a scam.
Okay, flip-flop, that one. I was looking for the flippity flop.
But the thing is remember I said this earlier in the show, and I'll say it again. We have become a society of so bad wanting to be right instead of getting it right.
I love that. Exactly.
It's kind of like Chef continue to talk about being sleep deprived when it comes to the whole BAC thing.